I'm gonna go ahead and try to, what do you call it? A new type of study plan when it comes to chess. This way, I have like more of a consistent schedule when it comes to trying to get the best moves and whatnot. I find myself in many games just not properly capitalizing on good moves, or I'll make this random blunder, random mistake, so on and so forth. For the most part, I'm going to be using maybe this chess base if I'm able to. Can I put arrows into this? I sure can. Alright. Probably going to be using this, or I might switch to lead chess depending on how well my computer holds the streaming on top of using this chess base. I will not be using the computer, and the way this will be working is I have a game here between a master. That's not a master. Let me go ahead and find the correct Nakamura. No, let's not save that. Looking for Ikado Nakamura here. Let's see. Aha, H. Nakamura, 1997. So this when he was pretty young. E4, E6. Okay. I guess we're gonna go for an E4, E6 opening where Naka is playing white. I have been wanting to play a lot more aggressive openings with white, and E4 is a pretty aggressive opening, along with the English. D4 is a little bit more positional, but anything's fine. So the point of this is I'm gonna be trying to find 5 different candidate moves in the game. Like, say if they play E4, E6, the first move I can't really guess. There's so many different openings. But in this case, I'm going to be, let's say I want to do knight f3 as an idea, or bishop c4, knight c3, maybe push the pawn to c4, maybe shorter c3, or grab the center with d4. These would be my 4 candidate moves. How about a 5th? Let's see. Something, maybe also d3 is a. So I'm going to write all these candidate moves down. So we have knight c3, knight f3, queen d3. Sorry, not queen d3, just d3, d4, and finally c3. Now, of these 5 different moves I decided on, now of course there are going to be some positions where I have no choice but to choose 1, or even 2, but with 5 different guesses, I'm going to see if I can guess what the master move is. I'm going to go ahead and bold which one I believe is played. Let's say knight f3. If I get it right, then I'll go ahead and highlight it based on, say if it was master, I'll go ahead and highlight it green. And then for every other move, I'll go ahead and highlight blue, yellow, red. So for right now, I'm going to go ahead and give you an idea. Let's say I'm going to highlight this. What's actually played? Let's find out. D4. Alright, so I think F3 is going to be played. D4 is played. Now, because I got one of the candidate moves correctly, I'm only going to give myself a bold point, and 1 point if the candidate move is his point. So, for instance, this one, to find the candidate moves, I'll go ahead and put it in the engine at the end. Let's say, let's check. And here are the candidate moves on the side. I like to use Stockfish, so I'm going to use Stockfish for this. To give myself more candidate move options, there's this right here. I'm trying to add more possibilities. This is going to be towards the end of the game, so let's go. There we go. Alright, so you see all these different variations? Come on, you can subtract a little bit. There we go. So, top 5 candidate moves, there's knight f3, knight c3, d4, c3, and bishop e2. For every candidate move I get correct, I get 1 point. For every only candidate moves that keep some sort of advantage. If it's a disadvantage, of course, I'll give myself a bad score. The scoring system's gonna be a little awkward. It's difficult to understand at first, but for right now, I'm gonna go ahead and try to show you here. D4 was definitely Nakamura's move. Because I chose knight f3, which is bold, maybe I can find a better way to show that. Maybe underline. Alright, so I'm going to underline the one I chose. Because the one I chose happens to be a candidate move, I'll go ahead and give myself 1 point. Plus, I'm going to put this on the other end here. 1 point plus, let's see, d3 was another one. No, d3 is not on there. It's not top 5. So, I'm going to go ahead and say that is considered a bad move. No, there's got to be a better way to do this. Anything. Only the move I guess will be the point I get. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. Alright, so if I guess the master move, I will get 2 points. If I guess the computer candidate move, I get 1 point. If I guess a better move than the master and it is a yeah, just simply if it's better than the master move, I'll go ahead and give myself 3 points. And if it's a bad move, I'll give myself minus 1 point. Minus 2 points. There we go. Kind of evens everything out. And the more games I go through, the better the score we'll get, as hopefully by the time I'm done. I don't know how to explain that. So, let's go ahead and see if I can change the view here. I'll have my setup better next time. There we go. Much better. So, actual move. I don't know if I need to put actual here. Here's what I'm going to do. D4. Okay. Change this to automatic. So the one I got, knight f3, is a computer candidate move. It is not better than his move, so I'm going to only give myself 1 point. Now, better is subjective. It depends on, style, depends on the position, depends on how long you let the computer think, but for the most part, I'm going to go ahead and just let it think maybe about 18 depth, maybe even 20 depth, and that gives you kind of a good idea. I highlight that wrong. I'm supposed to highlight in blue. So there's my blue highlight. But the actual move was d4. Alright, so move number 2 after the reply. So on this reply, we have there we go. The move d5. So I'm going to go ahead and do candidate moves again. I'm guessing maybe e5, knight f3, c4, knight b to d2, or even bishop d3. Those are my 5 candidate moves. So let's see, d5, knight f3, bishop d3, knight d2, or c4. I'm going to underline the one I'm going to guess is going to be played. I don't have the notation here, so I have no idea. And I need to add a score field here. This will be for the end after I'm starting to put everything through the computer to see how well I did. Perfect. Alright, so let's see. I'm gonna. What's Nakamura style? My personal style would be to develop my knight actually to c3. However, that looks like the move that's actually being played in the game. Come back accidentally hitting forward. These arrows here are just going to show when I believe the candidate move is going to be first. And then afterward, I'm going to go ahead and analyze. There's this timer here. I'm going to be timing myself 1 hour to get through the entire game, or at least as far into the game as I can. Hopefully through the entire game. This way I have some sort of boundary as to trying to manage my time. 1 hour is not way too long, it's not way too short. I was thinking about 2 hours because there is technically the other hour that's given to the opponent. But, you know, for reasons of trying this out, hopefully it works well, I'm going to use this. I won't know the score until after I'm done at the end and finding if it's a computer move. Of course, if it's a master move, I'll give myself a 2 immediately. I'll just say 2. And if it's a computer B type, actually, computer A, this means a move that's still pretty good, and then bad is minus 2. Alright, so, let's see. The more I look at it, I don't even want that it moves to, so I'm going to go ahead and guess. I did. It is not the master move. Difficult. Alright, knight f6. Couple candidate moves here. We also how do I there, okay, so that's stick with bishop g5. Bishop xf6, or the immediate knight. Don't know if there could be a dark or light squares. Do have the possibility here. The knight, he could break the pin immediately with bishop d7. He's one move ready to castle. If I capture first with the bishop, then the queen comes out, knight attacks, and then that causes him to waste the turn having to move the queen again. So I really like the idea of knight takes e4. So that's going to be my guess. And play it is knight takes e4. Okay, bueno. Let's give myself another 2 points here. Alright, so next, breaking the pin. So I easily got back my pawn. A couple questions here. This is now an undefended piece. Attacked once. Some candidate moves here, maybe even queen f3. Being a little aggressive. See, bishop x f6. Knight takes f6. A couple other moves. f3 looks kind of awkward. Even queen d3 looks nice. Or maybe the knight could retreat to g3. Alright, so let's see. The more I look at knight g3, the more I like it. So that might be one of the moves I'm going to choose. Let's see, queen f3, aggressive. No, that queen f3 doesn't work tactically. Well, maybe. Let's see. Queen f3, knight takes e4, bishop takes e7, queen takes e7, queen takes e4, castles, and I might be castling queenside. Very dynamic game. Bishop x f6. Right, bishop takes, knight takes, queen takes. Or bishop takes, knight f3, defending my pawn a second time on the center. Do I want to part ways with my bishop yet? Is my question. Do I want to leave the tension and just play knight f3? Knight f3 doesn't even. No, it doesn't work because I lose my piece. Alright, so no, can't even do that. I like knight g3, so I'm going to play knight g3. That's my guess. What's you play? Bishop takes. Alright, so we'll find out later if that's a move played in the game. Oh, sorry, if that's a candidate move or not. Bishop takes. Alright, what would he do here? Maybe develops a knight f3, his definite candidate move. Knight takes f6 is another. c3 a little passive, but possible. There's an interesting idea here. Maybe even bishop b5 check. Blocks with c6. I'll take the bishop on f6. Check. Queen takes. Bishop retreats to c4. Now I'll get kicked by b5. Now I go b3, a5. No, that looks kind of awkward. A lot of moves. I probably want to just develop knight f3. Yeah, I'm going to go with knight f3 on this one. So let's find out. c3. Alright. And I guess here's my last thing. If I'm able to get a candidate move that's a master move, I'll give myself 1 point. I'll give myself 0.5 points. Yeah, 0.5. That way it's not that great. Alright, so knight c6. Candidate moves here. Knight f3 again is another one. F3. I do like the idea of bishop c4 right now. Queen b3. The passive bishop e2. And queen d3. I have a lot more candidate moves like queen f3, bishop, knight g3, but I'm trying to be a little bit more proactive in my development. And I want to try and control the center as much as I can. I think my bishop might be biting on a rock on c4, so I'm actually going to take away that candidate move. See, can I find a way to undermine the e pawn? Bishop f4, e5, you have d5. Does that work? Actually, that's a possibility. Yeah, let's see. Bishop c4, threatening d5. Pawn takes, then bishop takes, or even queen takes, threatening mate. He's not castled. Or he could push, but I'm also... No, he can't push. He's pretty much forced to capture, otherwise he loses his knight. I do like bishop c4. Okay, let's take more look. Bishop z4, knight a5, bishop b3, knight takes b3, a takes b3. Rook is active on a file. Might be a failed tactic here. Oh yeah, that doesn't work. Okay, so bishop c4, knight at a3. I have queen. Or maybe even queen block. No, he has to back up. So in either case, I really like. Passive, not really forcing much. Bishop c4 is my good guess. Alright, knight f3. Knight f3 it is. Maybe I'll do all this afterward. This, as I said, this is my first time doing something like this, so I'm actually. What to do against d5? Right, we have dxe5. You can just leave the tension develop. Well, let's see, yes. 1, 2, 3, 4 attackers. And I have 3 defenders. I might just have to concede with pawn takes. I don't think I can add another defender. I could also push. Ooh, yeah, d5 is an interesting idea. Found a d5. So d5 is an idea. I can't see any other candidate moves here. Let's see. I really like d5. It'll misplace the knight a little bit. And if he goes back to e7, I'll push c4. See, d takes, queens could come off very quickly. See, d takes. If he takes my queen, I'll have a rook on the open d file. If he takes with the knight, I'll take back with the knight. Bishop takes, I'll take his queen, I'll lose castling rights, and then I'll castle into check. Or castle him into check. So d takes e5 is pretty forcing in a lot of ways. d5 leaves the knight with 3 possibilities, but one makes sense. Put him reroute him to g6. That means that e7, g6. Possible out of 20 moves, except the first move. Well, yeah, first move is played, and then I guess from there. So possible is 40 points. No, possible is actually 3 times 20, so that's 60 possible points. If I guess every move is better than the master. So let's find out what I got here. Alright, so the move play was d4. I'm pretty confident in this opening. That most of my opening moves are spot on. Let's check. Yeah, look at this. Position's completely lost. Should have seen that. And let's back up to the beginning of the game. Yeah, so here. Alright, if it's still the opening, I am only going to give myself 2 points if it's either a computer best score or the master move, because opening theory is very subjective as well. So in this case, I'm going to give myself 2 points, not 3. Even though it shows a better score than D4, I'm going to give myself 2 points. Alright, so bishop D3 on the next move. Again, for right now. Oh, why did I frizz? I want to stop this. There we go. Alright, so my guess was bishop D3. Uh-oh. Looks like it might have been a blunder. Alright, so bishop D3 is in there somewhere. It is barely the 5th candidate move. Barely. It's actually just in the game. So bishop D3. Let's give it one more think here. Alright, I'm gonna see I got 1 point for that. Barely. Alright, so next. I guessed bishop G5, I was correct. And then I guessed knight takes E4. Here. The knight takes E4. Bishop takes F6. Why would I say close? Oh, close because it is a move that was played, but I didn't guess it. But I had a candidate move on it. But what about knight G3? Knight G3 is not even on there. See what the computer thinks about knight. Oops. Knight G3. It's a 5th move. It's getting worse. Got a little bit better. Alright, so I'll give myself 1.5 on that one. Total. So I got close, and then I got one that is a candidate move. Could have found better though. Nope, definitely not a candidate move. Alright, so it wasn't a blunder, but I'm gonna say minus 1.5. I get 0.5 points, and it was a bad move. So I'm just gonna put it that way. Alright, so there's now knight F3. Oh, he played. Bishop takes. And then knight F3 was the move played in the game. So I get 0.5 for that. And bishop C4, is that even on the list? I have no idea why I chose bishop C4 in this position. Oh, no. Okay, here it is. Okay, sorry. So C3 was actually played, so I get 0.5 for that. Close. And then knight F3 seems to be a pretty equal move. So I'm going to say it is a computer 1.5. Alright, next. Here I guessed D takes E5. Oh my god. Alright, I'm looking at the wrong one. Knight F3. I was close, so I got 0.5. Bishop C4. Is that even a possibility?